interesting how even Vairagya can be very peaceful. So much.
Vairagya is sweet if it is intent to Krishna. And that's why to try Vairagya, dry renunciation, there is no taste in that. That's why Falgu Vairagya, Markat Vairagya, dry renunciation, it has no space in bhakti. But this renunciation, this Vairagya, what I am speaking about Goswamis, this Vairagya looks like painful, but Vipralam Bhav, the mood of separation, and hence more remembrance and more love for Mahaprabhu. So, even though painful, but they are getting so much satisfaction that we are serving the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This was the intent of all our acharyas. So that's why it has a special flavor. Separation is a special flavor. Rough. Like Mon Vrata. This also Vairagya. I'm not going to speak to anyone. But Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he didn't give any space for this Mon Vrata. And according to his explanation, Mon Vrata is always chanting and speaking about Krishna. That is Mon Vrata. Just like Mahaprabhu in Shiva Sangam in Mayapur, one Brahmin who was Tulkupai Brahmin, who never ate grain in his life, only drinking milk for his life. So sinless person, no sins in his life. He was never to pray. He wanted to see Mahaprabhu dancing, but Mahaprabhu got upset to Shiva's Prabhu. Because Shiva's Prabhu approached Mahaprabhu that he wants to see your dancing and singing. And he's sinless because he never ate grain in his life. He only drank milk. Mahaprabhu said, this is bogus Vairagya. Where is Krishna involved in this Vairagya? Understand? So Mahaprabhu overruled this. If Krishna is not involved in that Vairagya, the Vairagya has no significance. So just by drinking water, milk, or just by not speaking anything to anyone, all this Vairagya has no room, no space in bhakti. But that Vairagya which is there to enhance with Krishna, the mood with Krishna, that Vairagya has a very top position in bhakti. Srila Prabhupada did Vairagya, chanting 100 billion holy names. But what was the intent of Vairagya? To please Krishna. Raghunath Goswami. So the intent is very important. So many examples like this. This Brahmin who always used to drink milk, Mahaprabhu rejected him. And what I said? Another example?
Monovrata.
And therefore, from which point on, Mahaprabhu sanctioned Sri Ramanand Rai's words. He sanctioned that Sri Ramanand Rai said, Jnanam prayase bhant namant eva jivanti samutulya pudya bhatam. Hearing me? You have to speak this book. one who has given up all these prayas, all these endeavors for the Gyan and other Vairagya. But Jivanti Sanmukriya Purudya Vasam, and situated oneself at the lotus feet of the sadhus, the Vaishnavas, to hear constantly Hari Katha from them. Mahaprabhu begins from there, saying, Eho Hai. This is what? Eho Hai. This is better. But prior to this, everything is rejection. Even Sarvadharman Parityajya, the best shloka of the Bhagavad Gita, give up all duties and surrender unto me. Krishna, Mahaprabhu said, Eho Hai. This is external. Why? See the teaching of Mahaprabhu is why? Because Krishna is not there in the center of this. So Krishna is to be in the center of Vairagya, Krishna is to be center of the Gyan, Krishna is to be center of the knowledge, Krishna is the center. Otherwise everything is without Krishna, it's just fake and bogus. This is what Mahaprabhu taught.
So Maharaj, if you have the desire to do Vairagya but not for Krishna, how do you change that desire to where it's for Krishna?
Change the desire for Krishna by following the Vairagya how our Acharyas have shown us. That's why it said, Mahajano Gata Se Matmaha, following the footsteps of sadhus, bona fide sadhus. There are many people who for their body, for their mind, they do Vairagya. They live alone, they don't eat much, only eating raw food. But that Vairagya is for what? For their body and satisfaction of their mind. That Vairagya is now countable as Vairagya for Krishna. So that's why they will not be counted in that category of devotee of Krishna. Many people, many yogis, they do tapasya in the water, in Jamuna, but that is not for Krishna. Na sadhyeti mam yogo, na sankhya dharma, na yogas tapasyago, yatha bhaktir bhagavati. 11th canto, Krishna told to Uddhava, with Sankhya Yoga, with right renunciation, with yoga practices, no one can control me as one can control me with bhakti. So this is a very fine line, distinguishing between all other practices and bhakti. Bhakti reva nayati, bhakti reva darshati, bhakti vash purusho, bhakti reva bhuyasi. Only with bhakti one can have darshan of Krishna, only with bhakti one can see Krishna, only bhakti can bring the proximity of Krishna, there is no other way out. And Krishna said directly, I am only controlled by bhakti, not with any other practice. I don't know why people practice so much. That's why I told yesterday in the class, last night class, Shukdev Goswami shown the highest Vairagya. Not Shukdev Goswami not eating at all, not wearing any clothes, naked. That's not Vairagya. What he has given up, that high perfection of impersonalism for Krishna, this is Vairagya. The four Kumaras always stay 5 years old. They never wear any clothes. This is not Vairagya. Krishna is not happy with this Vairagya, being naked. There's so many people naked on the beach here. Is that nakedness for Krishna? No. Four Kumaras, they were just like Shukdev Goswami, practicing Jnana Yoga. But when they saw at the door, at the gate of Vaikuntha, when they saw Sri Narayan, Bhakti emanated in their heart, and those four Kumaras now cursing those who are following the path of Jnana. क्या श्लोक है? यद पाद पंकज पलाश विलास भक्तया कर्मशम गतितम उद्धृत संतः तद्वत् न रिक्त मतयो यतो विरुद्धा शोधगनम तरनम भज वासुदेवम. Imagine the four Kumaras, they were following that process of Jnana. They reached the ultimate. So that vairagya that they were lacking was not countable. But now the four Kumaras, Bhakti came in their heart, and they are cursing those who are following this process of Jnana by saying that Tadvat na Rikta Mateo, they are empty head. Another word of saying you are stupid. They are empty head, no brain, and not using a brain by following the process of Bhakti and Bhaj Vasudevam, worshipping Vasudeva is Krishna. They are foolish people. This is Vairagya. When they got changed from that to that. This is Vairagya. In one sense.
For a sadhak, like in beginning stages, there's no natural renunciation, more like Krishna Rasi. Still there's some external form of renunciation, helps people to stay with that. Like you said yesterday, what is more important? To adopt Anukuyasya or to Bhakti? Once you do Anukuya,
Gurudev said that.
automatically renunciation. Is there any external need for renunciation?
Like Narottam Thakur saying, Prema Bhakti Jahavite Avidya Vinashaya. First Prema Bhakti reflects in the heart, and then Avidya will go. So our endeavors, Gurudev said, should be to attain closeness with the Prema Bhakti, and by default, Avidya, ignorance, will get dissipated automatically. So the endeavors, lot of endeavors required for filling in. Gurudev gave example one time, a cup of black ink, Srila Bharati Maharaj gave, a cup of black ink, and there is plenty supply of milk. Okay, so how to take out the ink from that cup of
Milk.
from that cup? Pour milk. When pouring milk in the ink, in the beginning, the milk also turns to black. But what's happening is overflowing. More and more milk you pour in the cup, the ink is overflowing. And imagine if you put 10 gallons, 10 liters milk in that, what will happen? All the ink will overflow, and the cup will remain white. That's why Anukulasya Sankalpa. To do positive sadhana, chanting, remembering, reading, very important. Then automatically ignorance will go. When we are sitting in Harikatha or speaking Harikatha, then ignorance, Tamagun doesn't trouble us much. So this is a sample. 1 or 2 hours we are sitting Harikatha, then we are in a different level. Then Tamagun is not affecting so much. So if 1 hour in that sadhu sangha, hearing and speaking about Krishna, Tamagun doesn't affect, then imagine if we are doing 5 hours, 6 hours. Very simple. Reading books, chanting, hearing Harikatha, there's so much supply. This is the time when no one can complain, oh, I don't get sadhu sangha. This is the time when people get tired, oh, there's so much sadhu sangha on Facebook and YouTube. You can just plug in any lecture, and there are thousands of lectures of Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, other acharyas. But as I said, we need that boost. So in the beginning, as Prabhu is saying, Vairagya, Krishna arthe akil bhog tyag. That's Vairagya. Giving up our best hobbies or best flavor for the sake of Krishna. That's called Vairagya. I got inspired in my youth to become the captain of the ship. I was studying on that. I cleared some exams also. Was very excited. I want to become captain of the ship. I like ocean so much from beginning of my life. But then when I heard from some sannyasis from ISKCON, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he told me, it's not a good life. For a devotee, it's not a good life. Looks like a lot of glamour and all that, but it's not a good life. If you want to confirm, go and speak to my disciples, they are captains of the ship. And I did so. I went and interviewed 2 or 3 captains and they said, horrible life. Especially for a devotee, how will you manage eating and all that? Terrible. I gave up. Krishna Arti and Akil Bhokya. Giving up for Krishna. Giving up for someone else, that's different. There are many examples. All these wonderful devotees here in Hawaii, they can also enjoy their life. But they've given up all other friendship, relationships and parties and all that to maintain Krishna consciousness. This is for all devotees worldwide. So, Vairagya, as Prabhu asked this question, Vairagya immediately starts by understanding the concept. And that's why Krishna, he feels, I'm indebted to even a sadhaka. What to speak of those who are perfect, but even to sadhaka, Krishna feels indebted because sadhaka is not caring for one's family, friendships, degrees. They give up everything because to protect their Krishna consciousness. So Vairagya sees right in the beginning. You can't drink coffee, you can't drink this, you can't do that, you can't that. Vairagya is there to please Krishna. Many people follow Ekadasi, like dry fasting or water fasting. Why? For Krishna. So, from the very beginning, Vairagya begins. And Gyan with knowledge also begins. And these two support Bhakti. Or in another level, we can say Bhakti is supporting both of them. Because of their regular chanting. 16 rounds, right? Regular chanting, singing, doing arati and all that. That Bhakti is supporting the Gyan and Vairagya. This is a better way to say it. Gyan Vairagya is not supporting Bhakti. Bhakti is supporting Gyan. So these two, Gyan Vairagya just follow the path of Bhakti. Hari Bhakti Mahadevya Sarvam Uttara. When Bhakti Maharani walks, then all Gyan, Vairagya, Siddhis, perfections, liberations, they hold umbrella, they fan, and they sprinkle water and flowers on the path of Bhakti Maharani. Because Maharani, Bhakti is Maharani. Bhakti Devi Mahadevya Sarvam Uttara. Everyone else just follow as maid servants to Bhakti Maharani. Understand? I'm getting something. How much you getting? I told you yesterday, right? I want to hear from you what you... You remember? Can you say something?
Like, which
What I said yesterday morning. Anything, just any one point or evening class.
well,
Loud. Can't hear you. I put you on the spot. I told you. I can ask you any time.
Remember anything?
No? Raj? Raman? I can't hear you. Loud.
This group is here in Pakistan because the basic diet not coming back to eat because he's so absorbed in that period of Pakistan. Mother said she would send little Nimai to bring him back. Basic diet was his brother back. He's so charmed by him because
I told you many times, make a notebook and a pen to write down the notes. It's a very good habit. Have a notebook and keep on writing those points. Because one thing is, you find all these pastimes in books, Chaitanya Charitamrita. But how the connection from one to other, this connecting point, when you write down, then you understand how any speaker is connecting different points from different books. This is something you need to remember. And then you will practice to speak. It's all about connection. How you connecting different things.
also, so this
What is the question?
Be sure to remove these merging with
You can remove, That's what we say Mahaprabhu Nityan Prabhu's brothers. Because he put Vishnu Prabhu in him. He merged Vishnu Prabhu in him. Ocean is rough.
big waves behind you.
Big waves, right? It's rough today. Hurricane?
That's one last question. So you're giving this katha that Goswami, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Prabhupada, Gurudev, that they're renouncing the renunciation by leaving Vrindavan. So this is highest form of renunciation. So we see also like some Sikhs that Januragi that they made one firm vow, I will only stay in Vrindavan, they also never leave. So we say that they are left.
Frozen Satri Thakur showed so much niষ্ঠা for staying in Vrindavan. If you read Vrindavan Mahimamrit, he's showing so much Mahima, so much glories. They always in Vrindavan and never leave out from Vrindavan. But there is no point of comparison, but we are highlighting that obeying the order. That was my point. So Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Srila Prabhupada and all, it's not with their choice. They are in Vrindavan. It is by the order of Master. So the point I was making is they give more gravity to the order of Master, not by choice. So if there is any order like so, we should not minimize that order. We have to understand the gravity of the renunciation, where are we at that? That was the point. Whereas she told us of Thakur always in Vrindavan. He said, I will never leave Vrindavan, no matter what happens. Even if I have to sell my daughter in the market, up to that point he said, I will never leave Vrindavan. Even if I have to get abused by people, beaten by people, no matter what happens, I will not leave Vrindavan. So this is lost another question. So in what regard, in what context the things are said, accordingly it was that they are Goswamis who are giving more emphasis on order, more gravity to the order of Maha than their own personal.
So we see in all these examples, first they were saying it's so much attachment to Krishna, then they fight. Right? If they have no attachment to Krishna, then what will they be?
That is the point, very important point. Separation only comes when there is union. If there is no union, how you say separation? So in the beginning, the union has to be there. Then the word separation comes in. So they have so much attachment, then giving up, that is called renunciation. Like Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, in that extreme renunciation, he never wanted to leave Govardhan and Radhakund. But when Rup Goswami, Sanatana Goswami left this world, Raghunath Das Goswami is thinking Govardhan is like a python coming to devour me. Radhakund is like a tigress coming to eat me. You know, these statements is according to the, what do you call, high separation. It's not normal statement. How can Radhakund be tigress? Radhakund is Radharani. Govardhan is Krishna. Govardhan cannot be python. Radhakund cannot be tigress. But it says when the pain in the heart of separation from the pure separation, not ordinary separation. Ordinary separation means, oh, you my friend, I'm separation from you. Not that separation. Separation in pure terms. Very high topic and very deep point. Let's go.